Good morning. It is September the 11th, ominous day, 2013. Hey, I'd been asked to do a little read ahead before the workshop, and I'd kind of gotten lazy. Instead of sending you a bunch of other files, I thought I'll just try to make this kind of simple, and we'll just do it in a video so everyone is kind of on the same page. At least cover some of the things we're going to do in the workshop so you can think about them before you. Most of you have a long drive to get here. And I can understand that. I know most of you probably noticed the new look glasses here. That's not a Joe Madden type Tampa Bay Rays manager type, tribute. But now I'm just trying to get the eyes a little more focused on doing this. Real quick, couple of things we're going to look at on the agenda, and I'll bring that slide up in a minute. Levels of exercise conducted in Frontier, Montana, and what success looks like. Planning for exercise success with limited resources. We'll look at some of the ARs and improvement plans as well, and some of the feedback that I've got for the last year on that, so everybody can understand kind of what everyone else is doing and see how much is being done out there within the state. We'll look at connecting core capabilities to Frontier, Montana, and argue through some of that and discuss some of that and capture what we can. And at least I'll start that off with my slide. We'll go have lunch downtown at the Windbag, and we'll have a table to ourselves. I'll go ahead and set that up. We'll come back after lunch and try to stay awake and look at the TPWs and long-range exercise calendars for Frontier, Montana for 2014. We'll look at the HC program changes that have occurred in the last 6 to probably 7 months, and what that looks like going forward, and how that affects you all in each of your jurisdictions and within the districts. We'll look at some new exercise possibilities as well that are out there on the horizon. A couple that are coming up, some that we're planning on doing here as well. We'll also talk about some engagement of elected and appointed officials, which is a big thing in the HC world now, and really pushing that home to have elected and appointed officials involved in the process, not only from cradle to grave, but really within the whole cycle. We'll also look at development of neighboring jurisdictions, exercise participation forum. We'll develop that. We'll sit down. We'll work together. We'll try to get that to a 1 or 1.5 page document. It'd be nice if I could keep it below 2 pages. Really get the who, what, when, where, why, and capture that and use that successfully. We haven't done a good job of that, primarily because the AAR template that we all use is about 12 pages long, and no one wants to sit there and hack out that much information. Or the converse of that, sometimes I get ones that are 12 to 14 pages, and about 2 pages of that 12 to 14 are filled out, which tells me that there's way too much there that you're asking for that really does not need to be captured in the first place. And we'll try to simplify that and get something that we can have as a product going forward at the end of the whole thing. A couple other things I'd written down here. Let me think of my big long yellow pad here. Let's see. Building exercise around training events. Think about that. Incorporating your building upon your training into your exercises. Use of special events, rodeos, powwows, sport events, etc., for incorporating exercises. That's another big FEMA and HC push right now, is trying to make the most of those planned events, if you will, and incorporate those in some exercises. And of course, everybody's favorite, use of real-world events as an exercise credit. What we're going to cover, and we'll look at you can think about this before you get here, and we'll cover this in the workshop. We're going to look at the Texas way. Now, most of you know I'm from Oklahoma, so anything that has to do with Texas, I usually divert to the first weekend in October, where we put the Texas aggression back in its box as Oklahoma fans. So, but they've got a really good solution to this, and one that I'm not sure if they ever had blessed off by anyone other than themselves, but it captures what is in the grant guidance and in the FEMA guidance now, and builds it around what is successful for their state. And that's really about it. So this was kind of your read ahead. You can kind of go from there, and I kept it under 5 minutes, and that was the idea. So it's not even half a cup of coffee. So thanks, and we'll see you here for the workshop, and have a safe trip.